Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fridays, where you proceed to check out all the fics that are not pony related. Why? Because Generation 5 is coming up soon, and I better be ready for it. Yeah, why not? Let's do a chapter of a Titans fic. As we present to you Recruitment Drive by Blackbird. Chapter 1 Introductions, Part 1. Over the last couple of years, the citizens of Jump City have become accustomed to odd sights. The center of which usually involving the 5 young heroes living in a giant T on a small man-made island in their harbor. So, when there was a gathering of several garishly clad teenagers assembled outside the giant letter C building, those who could see it didn't really give it much thought. Especially since in recent months it seemed the team had gone from 5 heroes to literally dozens, and they all seemed to come and go as they please. However, if someone were to look closer, they would notice a giant white banner hung over the entrance of the Titans Tower with Titans Recruitment Drive today, written in huge black letters. They might also notice the long table in front of the door where the original 5 Titans sat to look out over the small mass of potential candidates. Robin sat in the middle of the room with Starfire to his right, Cyborg to his left. Camping off each end of the table were Raven and Beast Boy. Gothic Girl sitting next to Starfire, and the Green Changeling sitting next to his best friend Cyborg. They all sat in silence as they continued to stare at the small mass of superhero hopefuls in front of them. So, why are we doing this again? Raven finally spoke up in a usual, unenthused tone. I think it's because Robin wants to get rid of those extra communicators we still have laying around. Beast Boy stated in a matter-of-factly tone. Robin gritted his teeth as he leaned forward, so he could see Beast Boy around Cyborg's massive frame and jabbed an accusatory finger his way. First of all, I don't give that way that many communicators. The boy wanted to stay in his own defense. And secondly, we're doing this because every day there are more and more young heroes appearing in the world. They need our help and guidance to help them reach their full potential. Which goes right along with your Teen Titans Unlimited thing, right? Asked Cyborg asked. Exactly. Robin nodded in satisfaction. CBP, a good reason after all, Cybernetic Team remarked to the young boy on his left and turned back to his other friend with an obnoxious grin. You still give away a lot of communicators, though. Robin growled and crossed his arms over his chest. Let's just say it started. Muttered. Oh, yes. I'm most anxious to meet our new friends, Starfire said cheerfully. In the face of the redhead's usually overwhelming enthusiasm, Robin couldn't help but crack a smile and relax quickly again. He reached out to snag the clipboard and pen in front of them, the other Titans mimicking his movements, before he addressed the small crowd. Everyone, may I have your attention, please? He called out to them. The chatter among the group slowly died down as they turned their full attention to the table in front of them. Thank you, Robin stated with a small nod. Now, if you could all please form a line, you'll have to step up to the table and tell us your name and abilities. And whatever else you might want to tell us. Backstory, funny jokes, sing a song, maybe a trick or two. Beast Boy added jokingly, earning a quick glare from Robin. What? I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I'm wondering why do you need to tell us any funny jokes when you haven't told a single one since you've been on the team, Raven mocked. Oh, come on, Raven. You know I've told some great jokes over the years, he shot back. The pale-skinned girl shook her head. Not to my knowledge. Guys, please, Robin interrupted, holding his hands up for a signal for them to stop. Let's just get started with this. Will the first candidate please step forward? They all was surprised when a slender, black-haired girl walked towards the table in what seemed to be a cheap Wonder Woman rip-off Halloween costume. The top was bright red and had a gold feather pattern over her modest bust, red star in the middle. The feathers were connected to a matching belt around the waist, with a stripe going around her taut stomach. The bottom was a bright blue scarlet-spangled knitting skirt. The costume was completed by a pair of white boots, red stars on the heels, red gloves, and a small red cape tied around her neck. The Titans stared at her unsure for a few seconds as they tried to come up with saying something to the excited girl. Actually, no offense, but we already have a Wonder Girl, Cyborg finally spoke up. Actually, you have two, the girl corrected with a smile. But you don't have to worry, because despite the costume, I'm not trying to be a third Wonder Girl. You can call me Liberty Girl. Right, Raven muttered, unconvinced. Look, this try is for real superheroes, not just someone who went out and bought a cheap Halloween costume. Liberty Girl's expression fell as she looked down at her outfit. It wasn't that, Jean. She pouted softly. Please, Raven, do not be rude. Starfire chided her teammate before looking at the Titan helpful. I believe we should at least give her a chance to try out. This is why we're holding these auditions, is it not? Starfire's right, Robin nodded before studying Liberty Girl. So then, Liberty Girl, what can you do? Well, I don't have any superpowers, but I'm teaching myself karate, and I learned some good wrestling moves. She explained in pauses as he tried to think of something else. She quick snapped her fingers and smiled proudly. Oh, and I've been told I'm extremely lucky if that counts for anything. Well, obviously you don't need to have power sources to be a superhero, Robin explained with a smile. As for the other things, we have plenty of people that can help you train if you make the cut. For now, just stand over there until we get everyone else signed in. He nodded, gesturing to a flat area near the left of the table. Cool, thanks so much, Liberty Girl cheered before happily moving over to the waiting arrow. Off to a rousing start already. Raven snarked as she twirled the pen in her hand. Indeed we are, Starfire remarked cheerfully, either oblivious or ignoring Raven's sarcasm. Will the next candidate please step forward? Despite the semi-organized line, two of the hopefuls stepped up to the table. Though their ease around each other made it obvious that both girls were friends, their expressions of body language made it easy to tell their personalities were strikingly different. The girl on the left had slightly darker, almost tan-looking skin. Her expression was much more reserved and slightly anxious. Her costume was all dark blue, broken up by a silver silver going up her almost legless bodysuit. She wore a light gray utility belt with two dark blue holsters on her upper thighs and her gunmetal gray excrement sticks. She wore shin-high laced-up boots with steel toes on, gloves that ended in elbow pads. A silver clasp around her neck held a long cape draped over her shoulders and hung below the tops of her boots. Domino mask covered her eyes, while shoulder-blade hair framed her face. Girl to her right was a few inches taller and more toned. Crop-top t-shirt revealed her quite impressive abs and firm arms. The shirt itself was embroidered with a large golden stylized U, a smaller smashy G inside it. His small circular clasp held a long knee-length key to her shoulders. It was a dark green color that matched her shirt and gloves, but also had black trim to match her miniskirt and knee-high boots. Her bright blonde hair was mostly slicked back to fall past her shoulders, save for 3 stains which hung over her right eye. Hi, I'm also Girl, she greeted, her light green eyes sparkling brightly with enthusiasm. And I'm Siren. The girl dressed in a blue and black way. Pleasure to meet you all. You know, I've been reading up on you two. You done some good work out there in Chicago, Robert remarked with an approving smile. Oh yeah, you two are kind of like Batgirl and Supergirl, right? Cyborg asked cheerfully. Unfortunately, the statement made both girls loud, irritated groans. Siren slid her hand over her face while Ultra Girl ran her hands through her hair in frustration. No, I'm not like Supergirl, she said. Yes, we have similar powers, we're both blonde, but that doesn't mean anything. Well, you do kind of have the same outfits, too, Cyborg offered weakly. Gah! Ultra Girl screamed again, pulling her hair more. At least yours kind of makes sense, Siren remarked. I mean, why do I keep getting these Batgirl comparisons? I mean, Batgirl's right over there. She pointed to a back-clad figure near the back of the line. Do she and I look anything alike? I think that has more to do with the fact that you started out in Gotham than anything else, Robin tried to explain. Siren started ranting and blinked at the remark. Wait, you know about that? She asked in amazement. Well, say I happen to know someone very important there. Beast Boy Wonder smart. Oh, right, stupid me. Late. Beast Boy mused. Continue to stare at you. Oh, I know you two are. You also teamed up with that big monster out in Chicago, right? Yeah, that's us, Siren made on side. To be fair, she's not always a monster, Ultra Girl clarified, straightening out her hair a bit. She's not that bad. No, just a bit excitable and excelled with extremely unfortunate powers. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to turn into a monster, Beast Boy remarked. You already have turned into a few monsters, remember? Raven sneered. The green changeling's expression quickly fell, and he started as some unpleasant memories came flooding back to him. Oh yeah, not cool at all, he whimpered. Still, I think that one out of Chicago's pretty cool. I know you didn't bring her with you. Sorry, Grace a bit. Well, He paused once he saw Supergirl grinning at her. I thought it might be best for her to bring her here just yet. Hate to see it, but I agree with you, Robin stated. I'm sure she's a good person and a hero and all, but I don't think we're equipped with someone to deal with her just yet. Better could whip us something that could deal with her. Cyborg mused as he rubbed his mechanical chin. Dan noticed the others were giving him. I mean, tryouts, of course. He corrected sheepishly. We'll think about it later. Robin Meyer wrote down Siren Ultra Girl's name on the paper in front of him. For now, you two can join Liberty Girl over there. They nodded and moved over to the other hopeful Titans, followed Robin's lead, and wrote down their names on their own list. So, who's next? Cyborg asked excitedly. That'd be me! An equally excited, hyper voice spoke up. The 5 Teen Titans looked up to see a slender boy dressed in a red and white bodysuit before them. The red half of the costume consisted of a stripe that ran down the center of his body. It contained a few jagged lines of his chest, which resembled a lightning bolt. A pair of yellow-tinted goggles was built into his mask, while the mask itself was open on top, and his shaggy auburn hair hang loose. It was also open around his mouth to show off his energetic grin as he stood in front of the Titans. So, who are you? Raven asked excitedly. Name's Impulse! He announced, pointing a thumb down himself. Cool name! Beast Boy nodded approval. He frowned a bit. Well, why does your costume look all flashy? I mean, not flashy, but flashy in the sense that... Oh, hold it, I had it in there. He means her costume looks a bit like Flash's costume. Raven quickly clarified. Or our own companion, Kid Flash, Starfire added. Yeah, what he said, Beast Boy agreed, gesturing to the 2 girls. Huh, that's easy. It's because I'm related to one of the Flashes. Impulse revealed nonchalantly. You are, Robin asked suspiciously. Totally! I'm from the 31st century, and my grandfather is the... He paused for a second and thought. Second Flash, and I'm pretty sure I'm related to the current Kid Flash. I was sent back in time to... I'd have to be a better hero. Oh, man, I hate time travel stuff! Beast Boy whined and fell over a table. Hey, at least you never actually traveled through time, Cyborg retorted. So as fun as the movies make it out to be. Indeed, it is most unpleasant, Starfire agreed, shuddering a bit at the thought of her own time-traveling adventure. Really? Didn't seem all that bad to me? Impulse mused, holding a finger to his chin. Well, anyway, Cyborg spoke up, interrupting the speaker's thoughts. If you just want to wait there by those lovely ladies, we'll get back to you once we sign in everyone else. Impulse nodded, super sped over to where Liberty Girl, Ultra Girl, and Siren were already waiting. I'm next, right? The next candidate asked excitedly as he stepped forward. The Titans were taken back by the boy's rather, demonic appearance. It fit the classical image of a demon to almost be cliche. He had the red skin, horns, arrow-tipped tail. You could even see a hint of fangs as he grinned widely. Unlike the classic demons, however, he had normal legs instead of cloven hooves. Legs that were covered by a pair of black leather pants and a chain belt that were only clothes he actually had on. Another difference was that instead of a short or black hair, he had long white hair. His solid yellow eyes did seem otherworldly, yet still seemed to be filled with kindness and excitement. Unfortunately, that didn't do anything to put the other demonically influenced teen at ease. So, who are you supposed to be? Raven asked tensely, eyes narrowing just for a bit. Kid Devil, the boy said quickly. And I'm a demon. The blue net friends for him, seeming on edge. Despite the obliviousness of it, Kid Devil seemed a bit embarrassed to have that information blur out so bluntly. Well, yeah, but I'm still a good guy. I mean, I was Blue Devil's psychic for a while, he defended himself. So, what happened? Did you get kicked out like BB or decide to leave like Robin? Cyborg asked, pointing to both his respective friends. Hey! They both sounded in protest. Again, the Redskin team seemed saying, we just kind of parted ways, is all. I was gonna go alone, but if you guys would let me, I'd be honored to join the Teen Titans. How do we know we can trust you? Raven asked almost snidely. Raven, are you perhaps not feeling well? You're acting even grouchier than usual. Starfire nodded. I'm fine, I'm just... She paused and looked over to where Kid Devil stood, then back to her respective friends. Being around Devils makes me kind of a bit edgy. Well, I could go if you just want me to, Kid Devil offered gently. No, it's fine. Raven spoke up, writing his name down on a clipboard page. Just Don't expect me to be all warm and fuzzy around you. I don't think any of us expect that from you, Beast Boy joked. Raven leaned over to glare daggers at him. His constant green shape gesture to try and whistle nonchalantly. He leaned back to hide behind Cyborg's bulky frame. Gray-skinned girl continued to glare at where he was sitting for a few more seconds before she returned her attention to Devil. You go ahead and wait over there, she instructed, pointing to the waiting area. Hot damn! Kid Devil exclaimed before he ran over to join the other four. Don't think that's gonna go well over with the parents groups, Cyborg remarked. We'll talk to you about him later. Robin nodded, looked over the line again. Who's next? In response, a boy in an olive drab costume regularly stepped forward and gave a crisp salute. Sir, that would be me, sir, he barked. And you are? Robin prompted. Sir, Codename Omega, sir! The simultaneously looked at each other. Now sir what to make of this Omega. His stance and way of speaking clearly revealed a military background, which was further reflected in costume. It was a mix of superhero and military aesthetics. In addition to the olive-green color, there was brown gloves and combat boots, as well as a black belt that held many pouches over aiming a canteen. Superhero side of things, it was as tight as hero costumes tended to be, including a mask that covered most of his face, but left his eyes and mouth short cropped and blonde hair exposed. There was no problem at all, was the large silver shield on his left arm and the Greek Omega symbol on it, one that was also displayed fully on his chest. He continued to stand and talk with his right hand raised to his forehead as a salute, as if he were waiting for orders. You can relax if you want, Robin suggested. Omega nodded and lowered his arm, and relaxed his posture just slightly. It still seemed to remain completely straight and rigid somehow. So, what's your story? Beast Boy asked casually. Sir, that's classified information, sir! Omega responded sharply. Okay, then what can you do? Sir, I've been granted strength, agility, and stamina, time fighting prowess, and proficiency in main force or hand-to-hand combat, and my shield's nearly indestructible, sir! The tightly wound team listed off, lifting his shield a bit for emphasis. Anything else you want to tell us? Cyborg asked sensitively. Sir, I only wish to be part of the Teen Titans, sir! Okay then, just go over there and you'll get processed. He replied quickly. Omega nodded again before marched over to where the other five seemed to try to talk to him, but he seemed uptight as ever. The Titans themselves seemed to continue to stare at him for a few seconds before looking at each other again. Well, that guy seems like he's gonna be a little laughs, Beast Boy remarked. We can't all spend our time making lame, unfunny jokes like you, Raven retorted. Just get you there, BB, Cyborg smirked. Dude, come on, that's not even funny. This is hurtful, Ainsley complained. I always found some of Beast Boy's jokes funny, Starfire encouraged. Thanks, Star. Thanks to good to know I still have some friends around here, Beast Boy growled, glaring at Cyborg and Raven. Oh, come on. Busting your chops is one of the more fun things to do around here, Cyborg returned. You guys do this later, Robin requested. We have, go down the line again, quite a few more candidates to go through. I wonder who will be next. Sapphire mused. Me! A boisterous voice shouted, surprising all of them. They were all so he had to deal with Omega. The Titan was completely unprepared for the next person to stand up. The supposed teen who stepped forward was nearly 7 feet tall. Looks like he hit the gym every day since he could walk. His muscles seemed outlandishly proportioned, and he could swear his arms and legs were bigger than his head. Even more impressive by the fact that he was wearing a tattered black leather jacket. It was worn over what he suspected a black muscle shirt with a blood-covered skull on it. From what they could see around the multiple pouches he wore now, jeans were tattered as well to match his jacket, or look cool. They weren't entirely sure. Working against his coolness factor was a multicolored Rasta hat. It partially covered his long, dirty-looking dreadlocks that fell past his shoulders and onto his legs. He seemed to compensate for the hat by wearing a pair of dark shades and holographic skulls on the lenses, and a huge broadsword strapped to his back. Who or what? Dread stared for a second before continuing her question. Who are you? I am the Lord Dread, the most hardcore, awesomest superhero you'll ever lay your eyes on. The gigantic teen shouted, Blood Dread knows no fear. Blood Dread knows no pain. But a Blood Dread doesn't know how to speak in the first person. Spotty voice whispered to Beast Boy, causing him to both snigger. Blood Dread turned his head towards him, causing his dreadlocks to whip around him a bit. You dare mock Bloodred? He said. No, dude, Cyborg Beast Boy said, quickly justifying his snickering. It's just, I thought all those extreme hero stuff went out in style in the 90s. Bloodred is more than happy to carry on the legacy of extreme and hardcore for the most awesome times. People will fear you with the Bloodred on your team. He shouted, seemed to be a lot of sort. What was that? It sounded like the main cry of the Slurfa. Starfire noted. That was an awesome and manly squawk. Was to be let out as any statement of extremeness, Bloodred explained. Only this fic was made later. We could have had 90s kid. Right, Robin nodded. Like completely lost and exhausted. Well, we appreciate your enthusiasm, but we're not about scaring people on the Teen Titans. So if you do make it through the tryouts, you'll have to tone it down a lot. Yes. Our core cannot be cut down, Bloodred growled and somehow crossed his arms over his massive chest. But Bloodred will try. Good. You can join the others for a moment. The Teen Titans later instructed. Master Teen then stepped over to the waiting area, while the Titans reluctantly wrote down his name. Man, I hope the rest of them aren't like that. Beast Boy muttered to Cyborg as he cast a glance at Dread. No kidding, he nodded in agreement. There can't possibly be any worse than him, Robin remarked. Famous last words, Raven muttered, resting her chin on her hand again. Perhaps it would be best not to drop some rash conclusions yet, Starfire advised. You're right, Star. Robin nodded with a smile. Will the next candidate step forward, please? Right here, a mechanized voice announced. Belonged to a boy of medium height and build in high-tech suit and yellow armor. The helmet was shaped like an insect's head, with two black compound eyepieces, a pair of black antennae attached to the forehead. Keeping with the bug theme, he had two translucent yellow wings fixed to his back, with wires and circuits running through them, assembled the fiends and seeing real insect's wings. Who are you supposed to be? Wasp? Beast Boy asked. Yellow Jacket, the boy quickly corrected. The Wasp was actually taken. Really? Apparently so. So, where did you get this sleek-looking armor? Cyborg asked, interrupting it too. Oh, well, Yellow Jacket started, looking down his arm a bit, something I've been helping my parents over the years. Originally designed to be a tent to help sway wasps and bees from stinging people. Like a fence-turret superhero costume. Your parents are okay with you doing this? Robin asked frankly. Mostly, Yellow Jacket replied, running his hands over the top of his helmet nervously. They still worry about me, but of course they realize it's the right thing to do. Why didn't your father take over the costume? Because we only had enough material to make a suit for me. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of people wanting to fund bun inserts. Why did you go with the bun motif anyway? Raymond asked. Yellow Jacket seemed fitting. We worked with the original project of these things. He pointed to the antenna on top of his helmet. Let me call it to direct the Yellow Jackets that are watching the area. My wings. He paused and allowed the wings on his back to move upward, limiting off the ground. Allow me to hover and fly. That's pretty impressive work, said Bertie Kurtz. Thanks. He replied as he let it. Oh, and I have these. He held up his gauntlets, saw small muscles built over his hands. They're basically my stingers. They shoot out small darts that can paralyze whoever they hit. Totally non-lethal, I promise. Good. Cyborg spoke with a slight incense voice. Anything else you want to tell us? Yellow Jacket hummed as he rubbed the top of his chin. No, that's about the important information. I could tell you my favorite movies of resistance if you want. No, that's fine. The boy wondered and waved out to wrote the boy's name on the clipboard. Just, we were there with the others, so we're ready for you. All right, thank you. The armor boy nodded, joined the other interviewees. Oh, you are most welcome, Starfire said brightly as he gave him a small wave. Raven couldn't help but roll over her eyes at her friend's ever-present cheerfulness, pointing to the girl standing in front of the next table. All right, you can come up here now. The blonde girl nodded and gently floated over the line. Like Raven herself, she was dressed mostly in blue, but her clothes were sky blue in color and much more revealing. She wore a sleeveless button-down shirt that was tied up just below her breasts and so off her taut stomach. A pleated skirt topped just below her hips and left just enough exposed skin of her thighs, for the rest of her legs were covered up by white stockings. Her costume, Stopped off by a pair of black tennis shoes that gave it a very cute appearance. One helped greatly by the fact that her skinny blonde hair cited PTLs. It also made Raven feel sick to her stomach. And you are? She cried, trying to force down the sarcasm in her voice. Yes! The girl replied in her overly perky tone. I can control the wind! To emphasize her point, she held her right hand, and a small gust of wind blew over the simple titans, blowing their hair and ruffling their papers a bit. As impressive that is, you can make stronger winds, right? Raven asked. Oh, of course. When I really put my mind to it, I can create hurricane force winds. You know, the kind that can lift cars and blow roofs off of buildings. It's a lot about me, but I know I can do it if I need to. Oh, and I can also fly. Just like Yellow Chicken, Ghost floated into the air to demonstrate her ability. This, of course, caused her miniskirt to flow around in rather enticing manner. This, of course, caused Beast Boy and Cyborg to lean forward a bit in their chairs, stare intently at the blonde girl. Raven rolled her eyes and sighed before she wrapped the legs of her chairs in her dark telekinetic aura and gave them a hard yank. The chairs flew up before them and forced them chin down first on the table, rather roughly. Ow! Both them cried in pain. I did that 10, Beast Boy whined. That's what you get for letting it hang out of your mouth, Raven retorted. Are you guys okay? See, Gus asked as he landed, took a step closer to the table. I'm sure they're fine. Blonde Gothic girl muttered, with a wave of her hand. You can wait over there with the others now. Oh, you sure? The blonde said, confused. Very sure. Gus gave one last look at the injured Cyborg and Beast Boy before she floated over to the second waiting area and started a conversation. Few of the other hopefuls. Mostly those who thought they could fly, and Raven swears he heard something discussed about flying in miniskirts, which made her wonder why so many flying girls so to wear them. Music was interrupted as the flying girl in a miniskirt next to her spoke up. Next candidate may step forward now. Another girl stepped up. This one was much more fully dressed than Gus. She was mostly covered up save for a white button-down shirt that was buttoned enough to show a bit of her ample cleavage. Surprisingly, that's not what caught everyone's attention at first. No, what caught her attention was clothes covered majority of her body were pirate clothes. There was no way around it. She was dressed as a pirate. Over the white shirt, she wore a broad brown coat with tails that hung down past her upper thighs. She had light gray, slightly baggy pants that ended in almost knee-high buccaneer boots. A brown leather belt hung around her waist with a holster for what appeared to be a flintlock rock pistol. On her right left side, and sheathed for a long cutlass on the right side. A black tricorner hat on top of her head with chestnut brown, sleek curled hair flowing down from it. The whole outfit made her look like she just stepped off the set of a summer blockbuster prior to trying out for a superhero team. Just what we need. Another girl in a cheap Halloween costume. Hey, I'll have you know, I sold every piece of that guy's costume. The girl snapped back. Except for the hat. That was something my family's had for a while now. That's cool. So you call yourself? Pirate Girl, she declared, placing her hands on her chest, thrusting out her impressive chest a bit. The Titan seemed less than thrilled with the declaration, however. Pirate Girl? Robin repeated as he heard her right. The girl's attitude was quickly deflated by the comment, such for a bit. It's alright. I couldn't come up with a better name. Sue me. Zero to roll her eyes. It is a perfectly lovely name, Sapphire encouraged. Now please, explain to us your powers. Well, Pirate Girl stared up nervously. I don't have any powers, but I am a good fighter. I've taken some fancy lessons, so I'll be able to use this guy to hell. She explained as she pulled out her cutlass. Well, they couldn't help, but try not to hurt anyone too much with that, Robin warned. But trust me, I know how to handle it, so I won't do any serious harm to anyone else. She informed her and seized the weapon again. Anything else? Cyborg asked. I have a magic gun, she said, pulling out the flintlock pistol. Raven blinked in surprise. Where'd you purchase that? Okay, actually, I looked it up. This fic was created in 2010. Okay, now that's a long and surprisingly depressing story. You see, there was this young girl, Pirate Girl stated. Dude, I thought we don't have to explain magic, Beast Boy shouted as he held his head. That's only for people who don't know how to use it. Raven retorted. Gives me a headache. As he laid his head on the table. Well, maybe I'll explain it later. Fire Girl offers, put the pistol away. Yeah, like when I'm not here, Beast Boy joked. Of course, that's if you make it past the next stage, Ramen 9. Though, I'm sure some of us will still be willing to listen, even if you didn't. Cast a knowing glance at Raven, who just nodded slightly. I'll make a note of it, Fire Girl 9. So let me guess. Go over there and leave with the others. I couldn't help but grin at the comment. That's right, he remarked. Alright then, see you later, whatever we're doing next. She agreed before walking off. Raven wrote down the girl's rather blunt code name. Looked through the list of names he already had, and back up the line in front of them. So how many more do we have to go through? Cyborg bounced his finger up as he counted the heads in the line. Looks like 10. That's not bad. That's what you said when we started this whole thing. Very sexy, rested her head on her hand, tapped the table with index finger of her other hand. This is gonna be a long day. Fun, cute. It kind of makes me think of all those Legion air tryouts on Legion of Superheroes. One down, thousands more to go. See you next time.